Soaking up the literal last minutes of our time here in Cefal. This is our gorgeous balcony with direct views of the sea and Old Town and La Roca behind us, which you saw us climb all the way to the top of last night. It's been a beautiful time, a very brief time, but we have to hop in the car and continue this road trip to Taormina.
Very tight in this elevator.
They always are. They always are. Pulling out of the driveway of our Airbnb, and our host who was seeing us out gave us some oranges from the trees. There are orange trees all over town in Cefal and throughout Sicily. Honestly, citrus is huge here. I just thought that was so sweet, like the perfect little gift, because Jordan and I have been admiring the orange trees all over town since we've been here. Anyway, let's keep driving. After a gorgeous 3-hour drive to Taormina, we were welcomed by the most beautiful seaside views. It had been a long drive day, but we couldn't skip the passeggiata. The evening stroll is an integral part of Italian culture and the perfect way to soak up a new destination. The Christmas lights lit the streets as friends and family enjoyed the night. Buonanotte from Taormina. It is a delicious morning in Sicily. Welcome to the beautiful town of Taormina. We are starting things off right. It's a pretty packed day. We have lots going on, but honestly, like the most important things first is a traditional breakfast here in Sicily. We have granita and brioche, which is just like, I don't know, shaved ice almost with cream and a sweet bread. And we're just diving right into the local scene. I have got almond, which I think is one of the more traditional flavors, raspberry topped with cream, and then you eat it with these beautiful, beautiful brioche buns. How like silky gorgeous are those? I think sometimes you even like put it inside the bread and eat it all together. Oh yeah, that raspberry flavor is amazing. The whole thing is kind of almost like a slushy, but smoother than a slushy, and the little whipped cream on top is so nice.
This is one of the most popular places in all of Sicily to get the granita, and definitely the most popular place if you're in Taormina. I got the coffee flavored, but they have pistachio, chocolate, all sorts of different flavors.
It's very, very nice. This is like a delightful breakfast. I've been told it's kind of a traditional breakfast, and I wonder like how often the average Sicilian has this for breakfast. But who cares? We're tourists, so we get to, have it every day if we want.
This is awesome. We were talking to the owner all about the bar and like how it's known pretty much across the world. He just brought us orange flavor on the house. And the first thing, it reminded me of like an orange sherbet, but not as like sweet, more fresh, like fresh pressed OJ. That is so good.
This place obviously gets incredibly busy in the summertime. The line can be like an hour long. But here in December, there's hardly any tourists, like almost none except for us. So we're getting no lines, but we're also getting flavors that aren't available in the summer. Oranges and citrus ripen in the wintertime, and they make all their flavors seasonally. So this isn't even always available. Double win. We're just strolling down Corso Umberta, which is kind of the main street. It connects the two gates of the city at each end. They have so many gorgeous little shops. We just walked by one that had Amara maybe. Anyway, yesterday at lunch, we tried this stuff, and I think it's wine-based, but maybe fortified. It was absolutely delightful, and if y'all see that, try some, because it's really good, and I think it's like a Sicilian thing that they make here and enjoy here. Anyway, let's keep strolling. I think we're gonna move on to the piazza. Something you can't miss when you're in Sicily, particularly in Taormina, are what some people call the moorheads. You will see these faces, usually in a flower pot with a big plant coming out the top of them. They might be male, female, white, black. They're called moorheads because they come from the time when the Moors conquered Sicily. When Jordan and I first saw them, they gave us great pause because at first glance, a decapitated black head being used as decoration is generally a no-go. It very much gives minstrel show character imagery to an American. So we went and looked it up, and there's a really bizarre sort of folk tale about how they came to be, involving somebody cutting off their lover's head and using it as a plant, and the plant did really well being planted in someone's head. Anyway, to the American eye, it seems very odd because we associate those kind of things with slavery, racism, and the like. But here in Sicily, the Moors were conquerors. They were never slaves here. Sicilians definitely don't see it that way at all. It does make me raise my eyebrow a little bit, but you just can't miss them. They're absolutely everywhere. So make your own judgment on that. We're going to continue on to the piazza.
Yo, check out this tiny little alley, Vicolo Stretto. This is one of my favorite things here in Taormina, is just walk around and get lost in the little bitty alleys. And this thing, it's pretty much a one-way street.
I thought he was coming down on me. Oh my gosh.
Do it.
If you've ever been to the Marche region of Italy, there's a town called, it's in Ripa Trenzone, the smallest street.
I have no idea where that's at.
Oh man, I think it's in Ripa. Anyway, we visited once the narrowest street, I believe, in Italy or something. And this one gives it a run for its money, but I do think it widens up a bit more. It's so cute. And what cracks me up is there's people's balconies out into this. Does it even count as a street? I guess it does. It was labeled.
That's a street sign.
Anyway, we're almost to the piazza. I know we keep saying, but there's so much to see, like so many things to kind of take your attention everywhere.
Wow, you guys, we just arrived to the main piazza here in Taormina, and they've got it decorated and the views are incredible, and it's not just the Mediterranean Sea that you see here.
It's freaking Mt Etna looking majestic. So gorgeous from here. This is the perfect place to come and just admire Sicily.
Beautiful. It gives me vibes of like Mount Fuji.
Oh, we were sitting eating our granita earlier and it started randomly kind of like sprinkling, even though it was sunny. And the owner who we were talking to was like, oh, it's the snow from Mount Etna. And we were like, it is. Mount Etna blew her snow all the way onto us, and maybe it melted and sprinkled on our head. Right here in the piazza is the Chiesa di San Giuseppe, and we're just gonna pop in and take a look around.
This is pretty cool. So we are at the Odeon, which I believe is an ancient Roman amphitheater. We're here to see the Greek amphitheater in Taormina, but this one is behind one of the churches. It's just these ancient ruins sitting here.
All right, I've read the placard, and it says that it is a 1st century AD small Roman theater, uncovered, I believe, in the very late 1800s. So that is what we are looking at. It's part of kind of a larger complex, I believe, also connected to a church nearby. But anyway, it's a little theater. Welcome to the absolutely gorgeous public gardens of Taormina. It's just a kind of a long strip of gardens with just all kinds of plants, gorgeous cacti. I think Jordan and I even spotted a saguaro, cacti and olive trees everywhere. I think they were even harvesting some of the olives when we walked in. Spectacular views of Mt Etna, and everybody's walking their dogs. And I must stop, like, you have to come here. Oh, it's so pleasant and gorgeous.
We got the spinach and cheese, arancini, and the scacciata. We got all of this was 8.5 euro. The arancini is 2.5 euro each, and the scacciata is 3.5 for all of that. Y'all, this thing reminds me of a calzone if it had a baby with a pizza. The bread is super crispy and thin on the bottom and a thin layer on the top, and then all the filling. And there's a lot of cheese in there.
It's a chunky little thing. By the way, we are at a place called Da Cristina. It's right across the street from where we were this morning, Bambar. I got a spinach and cheese. Ooh. Wow, 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 wow. It's so funny. Arancini reminds me so much of macaroni and cheese. I know that sounds weird because it doesn't look the same, but with the super soft rice and all the cheese, it's like pasta and cheese. I don't know, it just really reminds me of mac and cheese. It's very tasty. Pardon my very graceful entrance, but welcome to the Teatro Antico de Taormina. This is the ancient Greek theater, the big main like archaeological cool thing to do in town. We've gotten our tickets. They were €13.50 per person. I believe you can also do a different kind of ticket that has like a guided tour included as well, but we're just going to do our own thing today because honestly, it's easier to show you guys that way. So let's get started.
Made it inside the ancient Greek theater, and this place is way bigger than I thought it would actually be, and the views from behind are impressive. And we learned like Taormina was founded by the Greeks back in, I believe, 358 BC, and this theater was not built that long after.
Those Greeks came from the island of Naxos. You can still see a good bit of detail, and they have an excellent video that shows what it would have looked like originally when it was, you know, not in ruins, and it had these like sort of shade awnings that would have covered the top, so it was not in direct sunlight all the time. But as soon as you walk into the theater, you can hear the acoustics that they're so known for, you know, carrying sound. Like somebody at the very top was just talking to their friend, and I'm like, oh, I can kind of hear what they're saying. Like,
so everybody in here can hear exactly what we're saying right now.
Probably so. That's fine. It's
But
beautiful.
yeah, and they have actually like seats here, and they do concerts here, I believe, opera and different things as well. So you can actually come here sometimes, watch and listen to a show.
To kill and conquer, to win and rule. Oh, it's what we learn at school.
I'm just about to be lulled to sleep by the warm sunshine and the beautiful views, and it is just so like mellow up here. You know, there's not too many visitors. It's quiet.
So calm. You were just so relaxed looking at the beauty of this place. You see the clouds just roll over the top of the volcano of Mt Etna. You see the sea out in the distance and the mountains in the town and this ancient amphitheater. And I was reflecting on how humans today, you know, we're not that much different than we were 2,500 years ago when the people built this place. And they had a theater, a stadium, just like we do, right? Where we watch sports and plays, and they have towns built in beautiful places. And it just kind of reminds me and grounds me a little bit. You know, we're all the same. We all go through similar things in life, and we all want very similar things. We want happiness, we want entertainment, we want joy, and you want to experience beautiful things out in nature like this.
But we're doing it. Anyway, we're going to take our little mellow selves right on home. So we're going to round out this video. I hope you enjoyed Taormina. Let's say see you in the next one.